And good morning, everybody. Hello and welcome. My name is Paul Grogan. It's Saturday morning. It is Castle TriCon, which is another virtual convention. And I'm going to be working this weekend demoing some games for CGE. The first one I'm going to be demoing, as you can see on screen, Pulsar 2849. Let me just stop that from zooming everywhere. That's what it does. It's like a screensaver. There you go. Right. Didn't want to do that. Bear with us a minute. There we go, Pulsar 2849. So this game came out a few years ago, and I've got 3 people joining me today, and I'm going to be teaching them how to play. I say 3 people, we have 2 definitely, and B is having connection problems. So hopefully she can get back in, when we're ready. So apologies for being a couple of minutes late. We were trying to get B's connection issues sorted first. So I'll give you a quick overview of the game. Pulsar 2849, as I say, came out a few years ago, designed by Vladimir Suchy. Is available from Czech Games Edition and from your friendly local gaming store. I think it's still in production. I don't think it's like gone out of print or anything like that. And I think CGE will print more if there is demand. It is a game that's set in space. The year 2849 is 1,000 years after the California Gold Rush, which, as we all know, as all historians know, I knew nothing about this until learning about it in this game, is where an area was discovered rich in gold and lots of people rushed there to try and get the gold. Thematically, this is very similar. This is an area of space which has been discovered, which is rich in pulsars. Those pulsars are an unlimited source of energy, and technology has been developed to harness that energy and then to use a transmitter array to transmit that energy back to Earth. Okay, so what's happened is 4 corporations, or in today's case 3 corporations, have rushed to this area of space and are basically building gyrodynes around these pulsars, transmitting the energy back to Earth, exploring around. That's essentially theme-wise what it is. Right, I'm now going to say hello to the people on Discord and see if B's managed to come back. So bear with us a minute. Let me undeafen the channel. Good morning, everybody. Is anybody else here? They were here. Brendan's here.
Morning.
How are we all doing this morning? It's very early for some of us.
Not so bad.
Now, did we manage to get B back? Is B connected? I guess not.
She's in the Discord.
Not yet. I'm trying to switch from the web viewer to Tabletopia itself on Steam. Just a second.
That might work.
If I leave the seat on the web version, can I re-enter it on Steam?
Yes. Yep.
Right.
It should be connected. So while you're trying to do that, let's say hello to Hilmar. Good morning, sir.
Hello.
How is it in sunny Iceland this morning?
Pretty good, thank you. It's still early, but the sun is up, and I have my coffee, so I think everything is just great.
Good. Brendan is also joining us, and it's even earlier for you, Brendan, isn't it?
Yeah, the sun isn't up here yet.
Now, you're all the way over in Nova Scotia, aren't you?
I am.
Okay, so what time is it there?
It is 5:30.
Okay, so without getting too personal, what kind of crazy person gets up at 5:30 to play board games?
Someone who has little people under 4.
Ah, right. So 5:30 is normal getting up time, is it?
Usually we try and get to about 6 when my wife, she has to get up early, so I'm actually getting them out the door in the morning, so we have to get up early to everyone out the door, but yeah.
Okay.
One of them doesn't like to sleep, so we're up pretty early.
Cool. And is this a game that you've known about before? Because you jumped at the chance. When I offered you the opportunity to play, you said, yes, definitely.
Well, I saw your playthrough at the start of lockdown when you did it on your table, and it looked really cool, and that would be the first time I saw it. And,
right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right. How are we doing with B's connection then? I think B's getting help from family members at the moment, which is why she sounds different, because I think it's her son who's sorting it out. Because what I'm nervous about doing is jumping into the explanation if B's not able to actually hear what we're saying. So We can talk amongst ourselves, or we can make a
We need to
start.
vamp it for just a minute.
Say that again?
We just need to vamp it for just a minute.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if you sent any messages. No, the last message I got was it's showing an error in the proxy. So I'm not quite sure what's happening with the connection. I mean, it was working earlier, and then it disappeared. Right, well, disappeared from the voice channel, and hopefully we'll come back in. I'm going to make a start because we have people watching, and I don't want to delay too much. We can bring B up to speed when we get on there. So, as mentioned, thematically, an area of space. Each of the players is a corporation which has rushed to this area of space and is essentially, over the period of 8 rounds, trying to get as many points as they can get. Points are going to be tracked around the outside of the main game board, which is here. You can see that the green player, which is B, has already got 5 points. Hilmar, you're red, you've got 6 points. Brendan, you've got 7 points. So you win. Well done, Brendan. Thank you for playing. And that's it. No, there's a bit more than that. So yeah, we're going to be playing over 8 rounds. You will earn points during the game, but there is also end game scoring as well. Now, in some games, depending on which strategy you choose, there will be a lot of end game scoring. In other games, there might not be much end game scoring. It really depends on the choices that you make in the game. Certain things that you do will get you a lot of points at the end, and other things you do will get you a lot of points during the game. We've done most of the setup for you, but there's a couple of things I want to mention before we start. We're using today the introductory setup for the game, okay? There are the technology boards. If we just have a look at these technology boards quickly, what you can't see on Tabletopia is that these are actually divided into 3 physical boards. There are 2 of each included in the game, and each one of them is double-sided. So for this section here down the bottom, there's actually 4 different versions of this section. This section in the middle, there's 4 different versions of that. And this section at the top, there's 4 different versions of that. When you're playing the game, the full game, you will choose a random bottom section, a random middle section, and a random top section. There's actually 64 different combinations. So lots of variability in the game. We're using the initial setup, which is A1, A2, and A3, which are slightly easier to understand. But it also means we're not going to be using the headquarters board. The game actually comes, as I say, with a full version where each player has their own headquarters board. We're not going to be playing that today, but just to let you know that there is more beyond that. This main board is also 2-sided. The other side of the map is slightly different with a couple of different rules. And these tiles over here that I'm not going to mention for a while, but there are 6 of these included in the game and they're double-sided. And at the start of the game, you would pick 3 of them, a random side, and then they are some end game goals that we're going to be talking about later on. So there's lots of variability in the setup, and we're playing today the basic game. And what we're going to be doing today is that I'm not going to be explaining the full rules of the game before we start playing. I'm going to be using my interactive drip feed method for teaching people how to play games. The objective of this video and the objective, the goal for the players is by the end of this, they will have learned how to play the game. That is the objective today. They're going to do that by actually jumping in and start playing as soon as possible. And we're going to basically teach them the rules as we go along. Once they're about halfway through the game, they will then know all of the rules of the game. But it's a way to avoid a half-hour explanation at the start. It's your first game, so you just write off the game as a learning experience anyway, which, to be honest, most first games are anyway. And that's where we are. So, do we have B? Has B managed to make it back in? She's in the voice channel.
I haven't made it in yet. There's some issues with connecting.
Okay, and have you tried both Steam and the...
Yes.
Right, okay. All I can suggest is, I mean, if I just go back to the lobby myself, because I can see that you're in there, you've actually got a seat at the table.
Yes,
and you're showing
there's
us online.
issues with the loading in.
But you can hear me, is that okay?
Yes.
Right,
yes.
okay. So I'll carry on with the explanation. And if you're able to pull up the video on YouTube, then you can actually see what's going on to start with. And then hopefully once you've managed to connect, we can jump in. Worst case, watch the video on YouTube and I will basically take your moves for you. I can move the pieces around wherever you want to go. Right, okay, so let me go back to the game. Here's the game. Right, I mentioned the game plays over 8 rounds. If we look at the technology boards, which I have a thing, yeah, so these are the technology boards here. This red marker at the side, this indicates what round number we are on. So you see here, it's pointing to this bottom row. That means we're on round 1. At the end of the round, we'll move it up to here, which will be round 2. All the way up here, this is the last round of the game. Okay, so that's how we track. Don't put it in your hand, Paul. I accidentally put it in my hand then. So that tracks the number of rounds in the game. Each round is divided into 3 phases. Now, each of the players, I've sent them a PDF this morning, which is the player reference sheet. This is not included in the Tabletopia version. It will be at some point because I've asked for it to be added. But for today, we've each got a player aid, and that contains a lot of stuff that you need to know. So each round is divided into 3 phases. In the first phase of the game, it's the dice phase. And in a 3-player game, there's actually 7 white dice. There's a red one as well, but we'll come on to that later. So in a 3-player game, there's actually 7 dice. And it is the start player who has the privilege of rolling all of the dice. Now, unfortunately, B's the start player and isn't here, so I'm going to roll all of the dice. Okay, then what we do is we move those dice onto the relevant spaces of this board over here. So basically, wherever the dice roll, we put them into the spaces on here like this. Okay, and then the next thing we need to do is to place this median marker. Let me just see if I've got I do. I've got a camera set up for this. So this yellow marker here that looks like a blood drop, this is the median marker. For round 1, I'm just going to put it where it needs to go, and I won't explain it. In round 2, I'll explain it a bit more. So let me just check where it's going to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to go there. It's going to go here. Okay, so don't worry about that for now. I will explain why it goes there later on. So that's the median marker. Right, the next thing that happens is we draft the dice. So in player order, which is actually the order of the spaceships here, each player is going to draft 1 dice. So starting with green, then with red, then with yellow. Then once all players have drafted 1 dice, they will draft a 2nd die in reverse player order. So Brendan, you will get the 3rd choice of dice, but you will also get the 4th choice. B, you will get the 1st choice, but you will also get the last choice. There are 7 dice available in a 3-player game, so 1 of the dice will be left on here. And to get us started quickly, I'm going to basically just say you can choose whatever dice you want. There's no right or wrong answer here, certainly when you're learning the game. But what I will tell you is this median marker here, if you were to choose a die on the right side of the median marker, because high values are generally better, but if you choose a die on the right side of the median marker, which in this case is the 5, something bad's going to happen to you. Okay? But it's not too bad because it's only 1 space away from the median marker. Whereas if you choose a die to the left of the median marker, although these dice are not as good, something good is going to happen to you. And the further away the dice is from the median marker, the better that thing is. So for example, if you choose the 2, it's not a very good dice, but it is 1, 2, it's 3 spaces away. And when I say spaces, I'm actually counting the full spaces, not these blood drop symbols down the bottom. Okay, so B, if you can see what's going on, which of those dice would you like to take? So yeah, B's not able, Tabletopia service is blocked or unavailable. Right, okay, so this seems to be a problem with Tabletopia. B's not able to get in, but we will improvise. And if you can see the YouTube channel, you can play along by just watching the feed. Can you hear me, B?
Yes, we can.
I can hear.
Right, okay, so which of those dice would you like to take?
I would like to take the 4.
The 4, right, okay. So you take the dice, and we're just going to put this in front of you for now. Scrolling is a bit slow, but there we go. You've now got the 4. Now, because the 4 was 1 space to the left of the median marker, that means one good thing is going to happen to you. Good and bad things is basically moving up and down on these 2 tracks here. So you see these 2 tracks. The top track is the initiative track. The bottom track is the engineering track. Each of you has a marker in the middle space on that track. The markers are stacked in reverse player order. So because you were the first player, your markers are at the bottom of the stack. And because one good thing is happening to you, you can basically move one of those markers one space to the left. And in this case, left is good. So would you like to move your initiative marker or your engineering marker?
I would like to the engineering marker.
Engineering. Okay, so let's just move the red one off. Let's move that to there. And then let's move that to there. Right, there we go. Okay, Hilmar, it's you. Choose a dice.
I'm a rebel. I'm going to take a bad
5.
die.
Okay, so what that means is one of your markers moves one space to the right.
I'm very bad at engineering, so let's continue that.
Okay, so do you want to move your marker one space to the right?
Here we go.
There we go. And Brendan, you get 2 dice.
Well, I suppose 5 looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Do something with that.
Okay, so that is a -1 on one of the tracks. Yep, and then you take another dice. Okay, so you've taken a 2. A 2 means you get a +3. Now that +3 cannot be split. So you must move one of your markers 3 spaces to the left.
Okay, so we'll do this one.
2, 3. Back to you, Hilmar. You get to choose a second die. You've taken a 3, so one of your markers moves 2 spaces to the left. And then finally, B, would you like the 4 or the 5?
No, it's the 5, please.
The 5, okay, which means one of your markers moves 1 space to the right.
The initiating marker.
The initiative, okay, so we're going to move that to there. So yeah, every time you move a marker, if you move it onto a space where there are already markers, you place it on the top. And if there are multiple markers on a position, it's the one who's on top who is ahead. Right, that is the dice phase done. So let me just put this dice over here so you've got it. Okay, now we move into the action phase. So the action phase, this is done in player order again, but what happens now is the first player will take all of their actions. Then the red player will take all of their actions. Then the yellow player will take all of their actions, and then that's it. Okay. So in the dice drafting section, it was you took one each and then it bounced back. In the action phase, the green player is going to take both actions first, and then that's it, done. There are 6 different actions that you can take in the game, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we were playing the full version with the headquarters, there would be 7 different actions. Now, what I normally do at this point, rather than explaining all of the actions, I ask that you trust me, and I will take your first actions for you in the game. What I will do is I will basically, by the end of this round, we will have gone through all of the actions, and you can see how they work. So if you're all okay with that, I will just have a look at the situation, and I will see what I think you want to do. Oh, also, starting locations, I've kind of just placed them randomly, but you would actually choose this. So if you were playing the full game, in reverse player order, you would actually choose which starting position you wanted to start on. For the learning game, it doesn't actually matter that much, but when you play the full game, starting position can be important. Right, let me just have a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, B. The first action I'm going to get you to do is move your ship. Okay, so we're going to spend a 4. And the reason why you've got 2 actions is each dice that you've drafted is 1 action. So we're going to use the 4, we put it in the black hole in the middle, and then we're going to choose to move the ship. You must move it exactly 4 spaces, because that's the value on the dice. And you move it along these points here. So I'm going to get you to go 1, 2... No, hang on a minute.
I'm the green, no?
You are green, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4's not great. Maybe I'll use the 5. No, I had another plan for the 5. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do something which I don't normally do on the first turn. Each player starts with one of these tokens, right? This is a token that you can use by discarding it to allow you to alter your dice +or -1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that token and turn that 4 into a 5. Oh, wrong key. I'm sure there is a button to turn a dice.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not finding it. Anyway, let's pretend it's a 5. I thought there was a way of doing it, but I can't find it.
Yeah.
Let's not worry about it. It's a 5. You use the 4 plus 1, it's a 5. Right, and we're going to move your ship. So we're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which allows me to explain a couple of rules. The first thing is you have passed through one of these planetary systems. So whenever you pass through a planetary system, you don't have to land on it. We flip it over, and then we basically establish a station on one of the planets. Now, you'll notice if you look carefully that this planet here has a number 4 on it. That means we don't use that planet because we're playing a 3-player game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the purple pieces, or 2 of the purple pieces. There we go. And I'm going to put it on that planet there to show that that planet is not in use in this game. Okay? Now, we've got a blue planet and we've got a dead planet. So we've got a planet that's got life or can sustain life and a planet that can't sustain life. If you fly through the system, you put it on the dead planet. That won't make much sense at the moment, but we'll come back to that later on. And that's it. So if you fly through a planet, if you fly through a planetary system, all that happens is you establish a station on one of the dead planets and then you move on. Okay? If you land on it, something extra special happens. But establishing that station is going to be useful. The next thing you've done is you've landed on this pulsar. Now, unlike planetary systems, if you fly through a pulsar, nothing happens. But if you land on it, you get to claim that pulsar. So what we do is we take one of your pulsar rings, and in the real game, I actually make people throw these from the side of the table to try and, you know, get them right. There we go. So you've claimed that pulsar. That is yours. Nobody else can do anything with that pulsar. On its own, that does nothing, but you now have the license to be able to build a gyrodyne around that, which we'll come to later on. So that's your first action. You use the 4, you adjusted it by 1 to make it a 5, you move your ship, you flew through a planetary system, established a station, landed on a pulsar. Right. The next thing I want you to do is, with the 5, to buy a transmitter. Okay, there are 3 transmitters which are available each round. These are the 3 transmitters for this round, and you'll notice in the bottom right they contain the letter A. Excuse me. That's because all of the transmitters actually come in a big pile. You've got A's, B's and C's, and what should happen is that the B's should actually be stacked on top of the C's, and then the A's should be stacked on top of the B's. So they are in one big stack. All of the A's are first, they would be shuffled, then all of the B's, then all of the C's. These are the 3 transmitters that we have at the moment. And in order to start building one of these transmitters, you need to use a die of the value, the exact value shown on the transmitter. So what happens is we're going to spend the 5, and you're going to take this transmitter here. Now you'll notice this has 2 dice symbols on it, a 5 and a 6. You don't need both the 5 and the 6 at the same time. You only need one of them. But what we do is we put that in front of you, like that, and we put one of these over the 5 to say that you've started building it. Okay, it will only be finished with a 6, but you are allowed to take it with just one of the dice. You don't even have to finish it, but you probably want to, because otherwise that was a waste of an action. Notice that these other 2 transmitters, if you were to buy these, you would use a 6 and it would be instantly finished. Okay, which does mean that they're better because they're easier to build, but they're not better in terms of what they do. That is it. That is your turn finished. So now we move on to the second player, which is red. And let's have a look at what dice you have. You have a 3 and a 5. Mm-hmm. So again, if you trust me to make some moves for you, I'm going to do something different. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to spend the 3 to develop a technology. Right. So let's go back to the technology board, which is camera angle number 1. Yep. So this is the technology board, right? All you need to think about right now are these technologies on the bottom, because at the moment we are in round 1, only the bottom row of technologies is available. These are visible, so you see what's coming, but for the learning game, don't worry about them. For the full game, you would absolutely look at all of these before you start playing and go, I know what I'm going to do in this game. But for this game, all you need to worry about right now are these 3 down at the bottom, because they are the only ones available to you. And to buy this technology, or to develop this technology, you need a 1. This one needs a 3. This one needs a 5. We've spent your 3. We're going to develop this technology here. Now, iconography-wise, this is an important difference. If you look back at B's transmitter that she took, it had 2 dice that were horizontally next to each other. What that means is that you must use both of those dice, not necessarily on the same turn, to build that transmitter. Whereas on the technologies, it's vertical. What vertical means is it only takes you a 3 to take it. The other one means that somebody else can take it. Cannot be the same player, but basically 2 different players can have each of these technologies. So you have taken this technology. The technologies come in different colours, and the colours are important. The dark blue is a permanent ability which you now have for the rest of the game. And what this technology means is anytime you develop a technology, including this one, I think it's including this one. Let me just check that. It's been a while since I've played it. I think it's including this one. No, after this one. Okay, so not this one, but any time from now on that you patent another technology, you will get 2 points. This is the symbol for victory points. Okay. Right, now you've got a 5. So let's have a look at what we can do with that 5. We could move 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's move.
Counted.
Let's move. So I'm going to spend the 5, and we're going to move your ship. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we know what happens when you move through a system. We flip it over. We take one of your discs. We put it on a dead planet. There's no dead planet, right? If there's no dead planet, you can put it on a blue planet. However, landing on a system, we flip it over. There is a number 4 there, so let me just take a counter and block that off. Okay, but if you've landed on a planet, you get to establish a station on one of the blue... Sorry, if you land on a system, you get to establish a station on a blue planet, and the special bonus is you get the reward printed on the tile. Now, in this case, it's one of these, and one of these.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you've got all of these extra bonus markers. So at this point in the game...
clearly winning here.
Yeah, clearly winning. So at this point in the game, I am going to tell you about these bonus markers, because we saw that B used one on the first turn to modify the dice. You're only allowed to modify each dice once. So although you've got 3 of these modifier tokens, you cannot use more than 1 of them per die. Also notice that the purple token is a +2. It's not a plus or minus 2, it's a +2. Whereas these tokens are a plus or minus 1. Right.
Does that mean if I play the +2 that I have to add 2, or can I add 1 or 2?
No, you have to add 2.
Okay.
It's exactly 2. The other thing I'm going to mention at this point is these stations, because B's got 1 station here, and Hilmar, you now have 2 stations. So what do these stations do? Absolutely nothing until the end of the game. Okay. Now, if you look at your player aid and have a look at the reverse side of your player aid, I'm actually going to pull this up on screen. Bear with us a minute, because this morning I added in an image. So just bear with us a minute. I'm going to add an image to the screen right now, which is here and here. There you go. Right, this is the back of the player aid. And you can see here on the right hand side of the back of the player aid is the end game scoring, depending on how many stations you have on the board. And it doesn't matter whether they are dead planets or blue planets or whatever. Okay, so yeah, you simply look up the number of stations that you have on the board, and that tells you how many points you get at the end of the game. It could be quite a lot. Also note that you can only ever have 1 station per system. So Hilmar, you can't go flying through this system. Well, sorry, you can go flying through this system later on in the game, but you won't get to establish another station. Okay, you can only have 1 station per system. Right, you're done. So now we go to Brendan. Now, Brendan, you have a 2 and a 5. So what I'm going to get you to do is, first thing is I'm going to get you to buy a gyrodyne. Now the gyrodynes are here on this board. They come in 3 different sizes, small, medium and large. And to take a gyrodyne, to take a small one, you need to use a 1. To take a medium one, you need to use a 2. And to take a large one, you need to use a 4. So what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to spend the 2. And I'm going to get you to take this gyrodyne. Now you take the gyrodyne and you basically put it here. At any time in the game, as a free action on your turn, if you had a claimed pulsar, you could put that gyrodyne inside the ring. Okay? But the important thing is you can buy the tile even if you don't have a claimed pulsar, which is what you've just done there. Right, what are the other actions to explain? That one, that one.
You have to be on the pulsar to do it?
No, you don't. You can be anywhere you want. That is most of the actions covered. So, Brendan, what would you like to do with your 5? Would you like to patent a technology, which would be this one here? Or would you like to move your ship? Or would you like to spend your modifier token and buy one of these transmitters? I'll give you the choice.
Oh, this looks pretty good. I think we'll go with the transmitter.
Okay, so what we need to do is we need to spend your +1 modifier token. So just pop that back in the supply. We turn the 5 into a 6, and you immediately take this. There you go. Now, normally what you would do is you would put one of your discs on there to say that you've built it. But you don't actually need to, because as soon as you've built it, as soon as it's finished, we flip it over. But before we flip it over, we have a look at the icons on it. Now, these icons use the same color symbol as the technologies. So this is the second color to explain. This is a light blue with a tick. And a light blue with a tick means immediate. As a one-off effect, you get this immediately, which is get 3 points. So we move your scoring marker up 3 spaces around the track. So he's already winning. 1, 2, 3. You're now on 10 points. And you get to claim a pulsar, but not just any pulsar. You get to claim one of the pulsars which is not connected to the main network. If you have a look at the board, you will see that there are 3 pulsars not connected to the main network. I call them Huey, Dewey and Louie. You claim whichever one of them you want.
I'll take Huey.
So Huey is this one here, obviously. So if you take one of your rings and you put it around that pulsar. There we go. That is yours. Nobody else can claim that. Now, remember what I said earlier. You can absolutely now put that inside.
Why not?
There you go. Right. Now that transmitter is built, so you just flip it over. I will explain the things on the edges next round. Okay, right. Now, the whole theme behind this game, if you remember what it was to claim pulsars, construct gyrodynes, and then install those gyrodynes on the actual pulsars, which is what you've done. However, it's not working. Okay, there is one more step that you haven't done yet, which is you actually need to press the on button. Okay, until you press the on button, that gyrodyne isn't working yet. Okay, and to press the on button, if you look at the actual gyrodyne, there is a little icon of a 5 on it. That means that on a future action, you're going to have to spend a die of value 5 in order to start that pulsar spinning. We'll come on to that next round. But there we go. I think that is the end of the action phase. All players have taken 2 actions. So now we move forward to the production phase. And again, at this point, I'm actually just going to pull up the player aid so that you can see. Settings. Let me just add this in there. Copy, paste, paste. So there is the back of the player aid. Let me just change that to the front of the player aid. Here we go. Here's the front of the player aid. So you can see here the production phase. There are 9 steps, and we're going to follow through those steps one at a time. Let me just move that over to here. Okay, so the first thing is we determine the new order of play, and that is done by looking at the initiative track. So on the initiative track, we see that red is ahead, which means red becomes the new start player. Then it's green, then it's yellow. Okay, so that's what the initiative track does. It simply determines the new order of play for the next round. Okay, the second thing in the production phase is we hand out engineering cubes. So Brendan, you are the best engineer because you are the furthest ahead on the engineering track. And in a 3-player game, you see here, the best engineer will get 3 white cubes. So if you take 3 of the white cubes from the supply over here and just put them in front of you. The second best engineer is Hilmar. You get to take 2 white cubes. And B, you are the third best engineer. You don't get to take any engineering cubes. I'll explain the engineering cubes next round. Right, step 3 in the production phase is take initiative and engineering penalties. This rarely happens, but if your discs ever end up in this section here, so the right side of the tracks, then you basically lose points. Now that sounds bad, but sometimes it can be worth it. Okay, so don't think, oh no, if I end up here, I've lost the game. It's only like, it's a small negative point. So try to avoid it if you can, but it isn't the end of the world. Step 4, gain points and cubes for online transmitters. Okay, so Brendan, you have an online transmitter, but it doesn't actually generate you any points. Some of them generate points every round. This one doesn't, but if it did, this is the point in the game when it would generate points. Step 5, score points for spinning gyrodynes. Again, you have a gyrodyne, but it is not spinning yet, so no points from that. Score points for certain technologies, we don't need to do that. The next step is discard the remaining transmitters and draw 3 new ones. So any transmitters that were not taken get discarded, and then we basically take 3 new ones. Okay, so these are the transmitters that are available for the next round. Move tokens to unlock second patents on the technology track. This is a very minor thing, but what we do visually is we move this one down to here. Okay, now that won't make much sense until we start explaining how these work, but bear with us. And step 9 is we advance this marker. And that is it. That is the end of the first round of the game. So now we go to round 2. And the start player, which is now Hilmar, you can roll all of the dice. So if you want to roll all of these dice in the middle of the table. Okay, and then if we move these to the relevant spaces. No, that's fine. Right. Okay, so I did say that I was going to explain how the median marker is placed. Okay, so here's how you do it. If you imagine all of these dice are in one big line, okay, then the median die is the one that is directly is in the middle, this one. So not numerically, but physically, this is the die which is in the middle of the line. Okay, so what we do is we put the median marker here to start with, but then what we do is it might, depending upon gravitational forces, move 1 space to the left or 1 space to the right. And the way that we determine that is, and this is much better to explain in the physical version of the game, because you cover up all dice that are the same value as the median dice. And what I do is I actually put my hand over the screen. So I put my hand over that position, which you can't see because this is digital, but imagine all of these dice here are all now covered over, and then we count how many are to the left and how many are to the right. And in this case, we've got exactly the same number. We've got 3 to the left, 3 to the right, which means the median marker starts here. Okay, however, if this was a 3 and it was here, then we would ignore these and there would be 3 to the right, 2 to the left, it would move to there. Okay, it only ever nudges 1 space in either direction. But in this case, 3 dice to the left, 3 dice to the right, it stays there. Okay, next round I'll let you work out where it goes. So we are now in the dice drafting phase and it is Hilmar first. Now in round 1 you were taking dice fairly randomly because you didn't really know what numbers you wanted. Whereas in this round, hopefully you have an idea of what you want. So for example, B, you've taken a transmitter and you need a 6. So you probably want to take the 6, right?
Yes.
Brendan, you probably want to take a 5 so that you can get your gyrodyne spinning. Okay? Hilmar, you've decided to go down the technology route, so you probably want something here. Oh, just a quick note. Or even though we're on round 2, all of these technologies are now available. So level 1 and level 2 technologies are available, not just the ones on level 2. Okay? So with that in mind, what dice would you like to take?
I am going to take the 2.
Okay, and that is 2 spaces away from... yeah, well, it's 1.5 spaces away, so it's 2. Is it 2 or is it 1? No, it's 1 away. Sorry, it's 1 away.
1 away, okay.
1 away,
sorry.
Yeah. Okay, B, which dice would you like?
Like the 6.
You're going to take the 6. Now, this is 1, 2, 3 spaces away,
Yeah, okay.
which means
and
one of
I
your
would-
markers moves 3 spaces back.
Initiative marker, that's the name,
Initiative.
huh?
So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Over to you, Brendan.
I'm going to take 1.
Okay, so that's a +2. Yeah.
And 3.
Take the 3, so nothing changes. Back to you, B. Which dice would you like?
The 4. To,
Take the 4.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a -1, so one of your markers moves 1 space to the right.
Another 4. I would like. It's +1.
Sorry, no, yeah, it's -1 because it's to the right.
And the initiative marker.
Initiative again. Okay, and then finally Hilmar, your last dice. Takes the 1, so that's a +2. Go Engineers. Right, that's the dice drafting done. So it is now Hilmar to take your actions. Now, are there any things you want me to explain before you choose your actions, or are you okay just going ahead?
I mean, this, so for the technology,
Yeah.
it says spinning arrows gives me 3 at the end of each round.
No, so what this technology means is whenever you start a gyrodyne, so whenever you flip a gyrodyne over and start it spinning, you get 3 points for doing it, but also you can modify the dice by + or -1. So if you look at Brendan's gyrodyne, he needs a 5 to start it. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
If he had this technology, he would need either a 4, 5 or a 6.
Okay.
And then every time you start it, you get 3 points. So what you do, let's explain these technologies. There's 2 spaces, but you go on the top. Only one player can take this technology this round. At the end of the round, the marker moves to here, and somebody else can take it next round. So it's a slight variation on these ones. These ones, 2 players could take it in the same round. These ones, only 1 player can take it per round, but there can be 2 players in total. So that goes there. Now, because you've got this technology, that gets you 2 points. So you immediately score 2 points.
We'll go with that.
Right. And your second action, you have a 1.
I was actually going to take, whoops. Yeah. Okay. I was going to take this technology.
Oh, gosh. That's a
this
transmitter.
transmitter, sorry.
Yep.
And I am putting
Yep.
1 on here.
There you go. And that's it. You're done. Right. B, what actions would you like to take?
I would like to take a gyrodyne, the 3.
Yep. So you spend a 4 and take one of these super extra large gyrodynes.
Yes.
Oh. I see what you're going to do. Are you going to put it in there and start it?
Yes,
Okay.
indeed. And I would like to start it to spin.
Yep. So the first thing you do is, as a free action, you put the gyrodyne on here. And then as your second action, you spend the 6 and we simply flip it over. Okay. Now the number on the back is equal to the number on the front. And this is another color to explain. This is the green color. So whenever we see anything in green, that means at the end of each round. So what this gyrodyne is going to do for you now, for the rest of the game, is going to generate you 3 points at the end of each round. And that's it. That's your 2 actions. So, Brendan.
Well, Hilmar took the transmitter I was going for with the 1. So now we need to reevaluate. What does this technology do?
This technology here is whenever you are moving your ship, as long as you pass through at least one of these green gates, you can increase your speed by 1 or decrease your speed by 1.
But just in the green gates.
But only if you pass through a green gate. Now, that doesn't sound like a very powerful technology, and it isn't, because it only requires a 1 to take that technology. Basically, the higher the dice, the more powerful the technology is.
And the 5 on the
Yep.
first track?
Again, this is dark blue, so this is a permanent technology. Once you've got this technology, it means every time your ship flies through a pulsar, whether you claim it or not, you get 3 points because you take photos and post them on Instagram.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Or whatever the Instagram equivalent is in 1,000 years' time.
Probably still gonna be Instagram.
Probably still Instagram.
We're gonna take this.
What's he taking? What's he taking? Oh, right. So, I get to explain something. This is cool. Okay, so you're going to take that with a 3.
Yeah, this is right.
Yeah. Now, whenever you take your second transmitter, you must make a decision. Okay, let's just move this out of the way and put this here. The decision is, first of all, first decision, are you going to attach it to the first one? I'll give you a clue. The answer is yes. The second decision is, are you going to attach it to the right or to the left? Okay, now for this demo, I'm going to say that you're going to attach it there, and that it'll become clear why later.
Okay. And now because I used the 3, I get to cover up one of those, correct?
You get to cover up one of the 3s, yeah. Oh, good old physics. Let's take a flat token. There we go. Okay, so unfortunately you're not going to be able to finish that this round because you've only got a 1.
That's okay. Moving doesn't really help.
No. You could buy one of these small gyrodynes.
Yeah, yeah.
There is one other option you've got, and I don't normally mention this until almost the end of the game because this action is really not very powerful. But if you have a look at this board here, you can actually buy these tokens. So with a 1, you can buy one of these tokens. As I say, it's not a very powerful action, but there is a certain point in the game where you might need to do it to get exactly the dice you want.
Okay. I think I'm going to take one of these.
Yeah, so you just take that, pop it in front of you. And there we go. That is all of the actions done. Now, I said I was going to explain these white cubes, and I haven't. But that's because they don't do anything until you get 4. And nobody managed to get 4 of them yet. So I'll explain that as soon as somebody's got 4 of them. Right, we now go to the production phase. So, let's get the round overview off. Let's put the production phase. Oh no, that is the production phase. Yeah, production phase. There we go. So determine the new order of play. Is yellow, then red, then green.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody wants to swap them round. Engineering cubes. Red is the best engineer. So Hilmar, you get 3 white cubes. Yellow,
yeah,
Brendan, you're the second best engineer, so you get 2 white cubes.
And I'm the third best.
You are the third. So although B, you're at the back of both of the tracks, what that means is you've been taking high value dice. Step 3, initiative and engineering penalties. No penalties yet. Step 4, points for online transmitters. Okay, so nobody has any online transmitters that give points. But Brendan, this transmitter here, once this is online, this is showing you what's on the other side. So you will get these once this transmitter has been finished. Okay. Next is spinning gyrodynes. Yay! We actually have a spinning gyrodyne.
Yes.
So B, how many points do you think you're going to get for that gyrodyne?
3 points.
Nope.
2.
Nope.
Okay.
5.
Why 5?
Because of a rule that I've not mentioned. Right, if we have a look at these technology boards, on the left-hand side of each of these rows, you will see that there is a modifier. This is a modifier to all spinning gyrodynes of that round. So this round, all spinning gyrodynes are actually worth 2 points more than what's printed on them.
Nice.
Okay, it gives players extra incentives on certain rounds to build them, and it just
It was an intuitive action.
yeah. So you actually score 5 points for that. 3 normally plus the extra 2. Okay. Step 6, certain technologies, which isn't any. Step 7, discard the remaining transmitters. So we get rid of that. We get 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, they are the transmitters. Move tokens to unlock second technology. So this is where we move this token down. So somebody else can now take this next round. And then we advance the time marker. There we go, 2 rounds in. So, start player is yellow. Brendan, would you like to roll the dice?
1 second. So if I wanted to select all these...
Yeah, hold down the shift key. Shift key on your keyboard,
Okay.
drag a mouse around them. Stevie's saying, I didn't fully explain the connecting satellite does once completed. You're right. I was going to wait until it's completed, and then I'll let him know. This is what I do when I'm demoing games like this. I know exactly what's going to happen when Brendan completes that transmitter, and it's going to be good. Therefore, I don't really need to tell him for the purpose of a teaching game. Remember, the objective here is that by the end of this video, everybody will know how to play the game, rather than, all of the rules up front. Right. Are you able to work out where... Oh, where is it? There it is. Are you able to work out where the median marker is going to go? Well, first of all, where's it going to start?
On the 3.
It starts here.
Yeah, it starts there. And then does it move?
Actually, no.
Yeah, it doesn't move. Because we cover up all of these. There's my hand covering them over. There's 2 to the right, 2 to the left, so it stays there. Okay, right, let's do some dice drafting then. And B, if you need me to look at any particular part of the screen, let me know.
Yeah. The transmitter. What die do I need for my transmitter?
It's a 6 to finish this one. And then the other transmitters are a 3, 4, and a 5, if you're interested in them.
And my transmitter I bought 6. Okay. Well,
Yeah, your transmitter that you bought previously was a 6. Right, Brendan, your first choice of dice.
I think I'm going to take the 3.
Ori's in the chat saying a live math quiz. Yes.
I took a 4.
Okay, so a 4 is a -1. So you move one of your markers to the right.
Yeah. So that would be E next.
Yep, Hilmar next.
I already took a 4.
Oh, sorry. Right, okay. So B, you get 2 dice.
1 and 3.
So you take a 3, so your markers do not move.
And for one time a 6, and then I'm
6.
going to
Okay.
the low dice.
Yeah. Well, this does get me to explain another rule in the game. So because you've taken a 6, that's a -3. You are not allowed to take a -3 on initiative because you can't. So therefore you have to take the -3 on the engineering.
Yeah, on engineering. Yeah?
Yeah, so there you go. So you've got a 3 and a 6, which is good. Hilmar takes a 2.
I took a 2.
Yeah, so that is a +1.
Oh, Mark keeps taking my dice. I guess we'll take. Yeah, other 3.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I took 2 and I forgot to move my initiative.
There you go. Right. Okay, right. So we are now going into the action phase, and at this point in the game, I'm going to tell you what the white cubes mean. There's actually a few different uses for the white cubes, but the one use that I'm going to mention at this point in the game is that if you spend 4 of them, you can buy the red die. Now, the red die this round is actually a 1. Now, unfortunately, with Tabletopia, I can't seem to change it. All I can do is roll it. And I could keep rolling it until I get a 1. But the red die this round is a 1. The reason why it's a 1 is the red die is always the equivalent of whichever dice was not taken.
Okay.
Okay, so right now, this round, the red die is a 1. So that's not a very good, but if the red die was a 6, you'd be like, ooh, yeah. And what the red die is basically an extra bonus action that allow you, so you can do 3 actions in a round. You can only ever have 1 bonus action per round. So if you had like 20 white cubes, you can't buy 5 red dice. You can only ever have 1 bonus action per round, but you taking it, you use it, and then you put it back. So all players can get the benefit of the red die.
Okay.
Right.
I think I'm going to use the 3 and complete the transmitter.
Yep. So we just take this off and we flip it over. Okay, now, what has happened? You've now made a connection. Okay, now, what does that connection look like?
2.
It looks like a red 2, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. So that
And what it mean?
is a bonus action.
Okay.
Okay. So as soon as you complete, so when you took it, you had to decide whether you were going to attach it or not. That decision must be made at the moment that you take the second transmitter. But it only actually kicks in when you've completed it. When you've completed 2 transmitters and you've made this connection, you gain a bonus action, and the value of the bonus action is equal to the sum of the pips in there. So these do not need to match. Some people think they need to match, they don't. You have basically made a 2. Now, if you'd have connected it on the other side, like that, and flipped it over, you would now have a bonus action of a 1, which is why I put it there for you, because a 2 is generally better than a 1. Okay? Now, this bonus action must be used this round. You cannot save it. It is a one-off ability that you've got. And this is your 1 bonus action for the round, which means you now can't spend the 4 white cubes to buy the 1. Because you can only ever have 1 bonus action per round.
Okay. I'm going to use the 2.
Yeah.
Move my ship here.
Yep. Which means you can claim that pulsar. Let's get the ship out of the way.
Oh.
There we go. That can go on there. And then if you wanted to, you could put that inside as a free action. And then are you going to start it spinning with the other 3?
I don't think so. I think I'm going to use the 3 to buy that tech that gets you points for attack.
Yep.
What is the cost for a transmitter 1 to do for spinning?
It costs a 3. So so to spin up a small gyrodyne costs a 3, to spin up a medium one costs a 5, and to spin up a big one costs a 6. Right, I think you're all done. So Hilmar, you have a 2 and a 4, and if you wanted to, you could spend 4 cubes to buy a 1.
Right. I am going to spend my 2 to work on this.
Yep. So that's another piece of the transmitter built.
And then Then I'm just going to fly.
So, remember, you have your modifier tokens if you want to.
You're right. 3, 4. I was actually going to discard one of my modifiers.
Yep.
To a 5.
Okay. So there we go. So first of all, you put a station on the dead planet here. And then here you put a station on one of the blue planets.
Right.
Got that one? That's not. It's not available, that one.
Oh, sorry. So
that's all right.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that looks the nicest. Now, what's the bonus action of this system? Because you landed on it, so you get this.
Yes. Red 1.
It is bonus actions galore. So you've got the red die, which is value 1.
I have a question. If I land on the same, have I also the bonus?
As long as there is a blue planet, yes.
Okay, so for the 1, I'm gonna get the gyrodyne. But for this one is when I land on it, get the 1 or 2. Okay.
Yeah, only when you land on it. If you pass through a system, the only thing you get to do is stick a station on there. You don't get to use the ability.
Okay. I can't get that bonus ever.
No.
Because I already established a station there.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
I think you're all done?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay. And B, are we going to finish this transmitter?
I would like to finish my transmitter.
Okay, so we spend the 6
And
we
spend the
flip
6.
this over. So this is an immediate 10 points as a one-off bonus, and also it's going to generate 1 point every round. So it's 10 points now. So we go from 10 to 20. And then what would you like to do with the 3?
I would like to fly with my ship.
Yep.
Have I have a die modifier? No. I don't have. I would fly with my ship.
Yep. Do you want to end up here?
To the other station.
Yeah, so the way you can do this is you can actually take the scenic route. You can go the long way round. So what we can do is we can pick it up. We can go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, okay.
The only thing you can't do when moving your ship is you can't go back on yourself. So you couldn't go 1, 2, 3, for example. But from here, you can go 1, 2, 3, and then you land there. Okay? So we flip this over. It is there's a blue planet there. So we get to establish a station on the blue planet. And you get a bonus of 1 engineering cube and a plus and minus 1 modifier token. So there we go. There's an engineering cube. There's a plus 1 modifier token. That is the 3.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think that's it. Yeah, you don't have 4 engineering cubes.
No.
So, okay, right. We're now in the production phase. So at this point, I'm going to hand the controls over to you, and I'll let you do the production phase, and I'll check to see if you do everything correctly.
Okay, new order of play. That would be me being the first player. And he is definitely, not.
Yeah.
According to that. And I am on top, so I get 3 engineering cubes.
Yep.
And I get 2.
Yep. Okay. Step 3 is the penalties.
No penalty.
No penalties yet. Right. Online transmitters.
I have a transmitter.
So yeah, so Brendan, you get 1 cube and 2 points, and B gets 1 point. So I'll do the points for B. I'll do your points as well, Brendan, while I'm here. 2 points. Yeah, yours isn't online yet, is it, Hilmar?
Nope.
And did I add the points already for
Yep.
the one?
Yep, I gave you the 1 point.
No, the points for taking the transmitter.
Yeah, I gave you the 10 when you completed it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you're on 21 points now. Okay. Step 5.
Spinning gyrodynes. B's the only one who has any.
Yeah, so the face value is 3, but it's modified by +1 because of this. So that's another 4
Right.
points. There we go.
He's a runaway leader.
Yeah. So step 6 is points for certain technologies. There are certain technologies which are green. And in fact, this one is green. What this means is every spinning gyrodyne you have is actually worth 1 extra point, is what this technology means here. Okay. So nobody took any transmitters this round. So we just get rid of those. And we get 3 new ones. And I think that's it.
And advance the time marker.
Yeah, round 4. Okay.
And
You now know 75% of the rules of the game. There's a couple of extra ones, which I haven't mentioned yet. And one of them I'm going to mention now. So I very briefly mentioned, before we even started playing, these tiles. These are endgame scoring tiles. There are 6 different tiles in the game. They're double-sided, and you would randomly shuffle them, flip them over, and you would choose 3 of them at the start of the game. These are end-of-game goal conditions, which is what the pink colour means. So anytime you see the pink colour, or the pinky purpley colour, that means end of game. Now, obviously, during this demo, I have waited until the start of round 4 to explain what these are. However, when you're playing the game properly, just like the technologies, you would look at these at the start of the game, and this would determine part of your strategy. Okay? Because the game will play differently depending on which of these end game scoring tiles come out. So, let me go through, first of all, this end game scoring tile on the left-hand side. This means that if you have 5 technologies at the end of the game, any 5 technologies, you gain 6 points. Then, if you have 4 spare white cubes at the end of the game, and you've already done this top bit, you may then spend 4 cubes to gain another 6 points. And then if you've done this, you can then spend another 1 cube to get another 6 points. Okay? So potentially 18 points is available to you here at the end of the game if you have 5 technologies and 5 spare engineering cubes. This middle one is for having 2 spinning gyrodynes. Notice the green. So they have to be spinning of different values, which is why it says XY. XY basically means they have to be of different values. If you have that, you get a free 5 points. You can then spend cubes to buy extra points if you've done the first bit. And the third endgame scoring tile is simply 9 systems. It doesn't matter whether they're blue planets, brown planets, whatever. As long as you've got 9 stations on the board, you get 3 points, and then you can buy extra points as well. So, any questions about those?
No.
Okay. Apart from,
Only once.
they're available to all players. So every player can score 1 or more of those tiles. Potentially, that's 6, 11, 14, 28, 42 points. If you do all of this, that's 42 points at the end of the game. But you will need lots of engineering cubes, which is one of the other uses for the engineering cubes.
It's a problem for me.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's do some dice. So Hilmar is now the first player because he wanted to roll the dice. So off you go. Right, so where does the median marker start?
2, 3, 1. It starts on the middle of 3, isn't it? Always in the middle of. Or does it? Yeah, right. Always in the middle of the ones that are the middle.
So this is the median die. Yeah. Okay, and does it move?
I think it moves one space to here.
Yeah, that's it. So we nudge it to there. So on this round, no dice are safe. Every dice is either going to give you a benefit or a penalty. There is no dice that you can take that won't adjust your movement. Right. Okay. Dice taking time.
Did we change the transmitters?
We did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I swapped the transmitters out. We've got some very juicy transmitters here.
Okay. Well, then I am going to draft a 3. And I'm going to go up on the initiative track.
Okay.
This
Brendan?
one here, Paul.
Where are you
This
looking?
one right in the middle of the second band.
Technology.
Okay, this one. So this is a light blue technology, which means it's an immediate effect. It allows you to claim one of the pulsars that is not connected to the network and gain a gyrodyne of any size.
Okay.
And again, if you want me to explain any of the other technologies, let me know. In fact, if you have an internet connection, there is another reference sheet downloadable from the CGE website, which actually contains all of the technologies, and they're nicely arranged so that all of the A technologies are on one page, which are the ones that we're using for this game. So an explanation of all the technologies. It's really good that this is a separate booklet because you can pass this around as the game goes. If you're playing the physical game, yeah, you can pass this around between the players. They can say, oh, what does that do? Look it up, and it's all on there.
So I took a 3.
Right.
And I'm down on engineering.
Okay, so B, is there any dice you want me to, anything you want me on the board to look at?
Yes, the technology tiles. What dice do I need for it?
So which technology do you want me to explain?
The second. It's only points.
Yeah, I forgot, you're watching on YouTube, aren't you? So there's a slight delay.
Yeah, okay. The 2 there. If I use it, I get a point if I come to a station.
Yeah, so this one here, this is an immediate benefit. You gain 1 point for every station you currently have.
It's good to take it at the end of the game.
It's a good one to take at the end, yeah. And this technology here, the one on the right-hand side, this is Spender 4, and this is a teleport. You immediately teleport your ship to any planetary system on the board and treat it as if you've just landed there. So you could visit a system which has already been explored, or you could visit a system which hasn't yet been explored.
Okay.
Okay. And the transmitters, if you're interested in the transmitters, they are the dice needed for the transmitters. So there's anything from a 1, a 3, a 5, or a 6.
Yeah. It's my turn already now.
It is your turn. You get to take 2 dice.
I can see the dice. The dice are not on screen. Yeah,
Okay.
now okay.
They are.
I would like to take a 1 and a 1.
A 1 and a 1. Right. Okay. So the first dice will move you 2 spaces up, and then the second dice will also move you 2 spaces up.
And 1 Turner dice on the first track and 1 on the second track, the engineer track and
Yep.
initiate.
So I've done that. Let's put your dice over here. You have 2 1s. Back to Brendan.
5.
So that's a -3.
Yep. Just trying to decide which track.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, cubes are really nice, but turn order can be very important.
especially when someone keeps taking your dice.
Thank you.
Well, I meant Hilmar earlier, but yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna take 2.
Yeah, so that's a +1.
Yeah. Oh.
Obviously initiative.
Go back on the initiative.
Yeah. Right. Actions. Off
Okay.
we go then.
I'm gonna spend 2.
Interesting that you didn't take the 6, because I thought you wanted to finish this transmitter.
Yes. I do have a plan.
Okay. Right.
So I'm gonna fly my ship here.
Yep. So you get to
I'm
claim that
going to-
pulsar.
Yep.
Yep.
And oh yeah, I
you
need
go.
to. Thank you. And I'm wait. I'm going to put my gyroscope, gyrogyne in there already.
Yeah.
And I'm going to spend a 3 to flip it over.
Right. Okay.
And then I'm going to spend 4 of my engineering.
Hang on. Before you do that, you've just spun up a gyrodyne. And because you've got this technology,
Ah, that's right.
that gets you an immediate 3 points.
Okay. Well, that's good. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, I see
and-
what you've done. Clever. Yeah.
and then I'm going to spend 4 engineering cubes
Yeah.
to
use
actually
the red die.
thank my fellow players of not taking the 6.
Yeah.
And that will actually let me flip my.
It's smart to take. Wait, no.
And I get 8 more points
You get
here.
immediate
so
8 points. Yeah. Okay. Right. Nicely done. So, Brendan, you've got a
That's
3 and a
neat.
5.
3, and I was going to move my ship. Oh, not what I wanted. The ship. Oh, ship.
It's stuck. Somebody super glued it to the side of the gyrodyne.
A little bit.
There you go.
There we go. We're going to go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So we flip this over. Is it flipping? F to flip.
No. Yeah, it doesn't want to.
Yeah, it's not flipping for me.
Mystery system.
Yeah. How unusual. It looks like it's locked.
Oh. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Hey, there we
There
go.
we
Right, okay. So you land on there. You get to put a station on one of the blue planets.
Okay.
And you take 2 of these bonus markers.
Oh, nice. Could have used those a while ago.
Right. And you also have a 5.
Yeah, and I think we're going to take this transmitter.
Okay, and again, you must decide whether you're going to attach it or not.
And we are.
Okay. So it's the, yeah. The thing is with the rotation of things in Tabletopia, it will rotate them based on your current screen orientation. So if you orient your screen so that it's horizontal, it should then rotate horizontally. Now, do you want to put it like that, or do you want to put it like that?
I think like that. Nope. There you go.
Yep. Okay.
That was a 5. I can only have 1 red add bonus action a turn, right? So
Correct.
So using my cubes doesn't really help me there because that
Yeah,
would get
so-
me another one.
Yeah, I mean, you could spend 4 cubes to buy a 6, and then use the 6 to complete the transmitter, but if you did, you would then lose this bonus action here. Okay? Your other option is to buy a 6 and do something else, or don't link it and actually just start a second array.
Oh, that's true.
You could do that, but it's completely up to you. You don't have to link them together if you don't want to.
Hmm. Maybe I will do that. I'm gonna leave it alone. And then I will use the 4 cubes by the 6. And then flip it over.
Okay,
Right.
and the immediate benefit was 10
Oh,
points.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to get your 10 points?
Oh, yeah.
Right, B, it is now you got 2
I will-
ones.
To take Garodine number 1.
Yeah, you spend the 1.
I have the end bonus.
Set one of those. Okay, so that's one of your actions spent. What would you like to do with the other one?
Yeah. Is there a transmitter?
There is a little transmitter here.
Yeah, with a 1.
Yep.
Yeah, I would like to take the transmitter too.
Okay, I'm going to attach it
This
like
one.
so,
Yeah,
if that's
okay.
okay.
Perfect.
And then we mark that like that. You don't have 4 engineering cubes, so you can't buy the extra red dice.
I will to the 3 there. Very good.
And I think that's it.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
it.
I think that is your go done. Right, so we move to the production phase. Again, I'll let you guys do the production phase.
New order of play, it doesn't change.
Okay.
Engineering cubes, I get 3.
And B gets 2.
I get 2. Yes.
Hey!
Ah,
Those studies have paid off.
Okay. And no penalties. Points and cubes for online transmitters. I get 1 more for my online transmitter and
Yeah.
2 points.
Get 2 points and 2 cubes.
And B, you get 1 point.
1
Do your
point,
point.
yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
Oh, if we ever run out of white cubes, by the way, these here are 4 white cubes.
Okay.
Okay, what's next?
yeah, then can we switch to the 4? Okay.
Points for spinning gyroscope.
Yeah,
Gyrodyne.
spinning gyrodynes this turn, or sorry, this round at just their face value.
Oh,
Get 1 point.
1, 2, 3.
and for me also 3 points.
Yep, I did your 3 points, B.
Oh,
For the technologies, that's nothing.
Nothing.
knowledge.
Transmitters.
New transmitters.
Yep, so that one goes, and we get 3 more. 1, 2.
Unlock. We
Right.
don't do that.
Nope.
And advance the time marker.
Yep, there we go.
So here we go.
Right, so
Get-
only a couple more minor rules to explain. The first one that I'm going to explain is these tokens here. Now, I can't remember what the official name for these tokens is in the game, but I call them mystery bonus markers. They're not called that. I think they're called exploration tokens or something. But basically, whenever you establish a station on a blue planet and you're about to take the bonus of the planetary system, you could actually say, I don't want the bonus of the planetary system, and take one of these tiles instead. You take the top one, reveal it, and you get whatever's printed on it. They're usually worth about 4 or 5 points. The reason for doing that, there's 2 main reasons for these tokens. The first one is, let's say, Brendan, you landed on this space here at the very end of the game. You would not need these bonus markers at the end of the game, okay? So instead of taking them, you would say, I'll have a mystery bonus tile instead. The other reason for these tiles is if you've already taken your bonus action using the red dice in a turn, and then you land here, the bonus is getting a red dice, which you're not allowed to take because you've already had a red dice. So in that case, again, you would say, I don't want the bonus, I'm going to take one of these mystery bonus tiles instead. So that's what they are. And the reason I'm mentioning it now is because one of the technologies, which is this one here, is immediately take 2 of those tiles and also 2 bonus markers. Okay? Right, the other thing I'm going to explain is these technologies here. Now, you can't take these yet, but I will explain very quickly what they are, because they are all pink, which means they are all end of game technologies. So this one here is at the end of the game, you get 3 points for every connected set of transmitters, but they have to be completed. Both sides have to be completed. This technology up here, this one is for each set of different sized spinning gyrodynes. So if you have all 3, you get 16 points at the end of the game. If you have a 1, 2 and a 3, you get 16 points. If you've only got 2 different ones, you get 8. And if you've only got 1 different one, you get 4. I'll come back to this one in a minute. This one here is very simple. At the end of the game, if you have this technology, you may once spend 2 white cubes to get 9 points. It's a really efficient way of spending cubes to getting points. This one here confuses people, and I'm not sure why, because it's really simple, but one of the end game scoring tiles, you achieve the basic criteria of it without actually needing to. So for example, you could say, oh, okay, I don't have 5 technologies at the end of the game, but I have this one, so I'm going to count this one as if I've already done it, and you get the 6 points, and you can then buy the extra bits.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Any questions about these end game technologies here?
No.
No, which is good. Right. The next rule that I'm going to explain, nobody's asked about this yet, and that is these 2 technologies here with 2 dice on them. What this effectively does is it converts a 3 into 2 2s. So it splits 1 dice into 2 dice. But note, one of these is red. So that counts as your bonus dice for that turn.
Okay.
Right?
Bonus, you can take it. You can take it.
Yeah, 1 person per round can take it.
And it's once time only.
Yeah. There was one more thing that I was going to mention. What was it? I'm sure it'll come back to me.
The on the center transmitter is a ship. It will with a 2 and a 6. You get immediately 3 points. No, you get 3 points every turn.
Every round, yep.
Every round, and you also what? You can fly whatever you want.
Yeah, you immediately teleport to any pulsar.
Any pulsar, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so there was one other thing that I've just thought of that I will mention, and that is on the end game scoring. So if you just have a look at the back of the player aid again, we've already mentioned that the number of stations you have at the end of the game will get you points. Pink technologies will get you points at the end of the game. The end game scoring tiles. There's extra points for bits that you've got left over, but also the turn order at the end of the game is also worth points. So in a 3-player game, the player who is first at the end of the game will get 7 points, and the player who is second will get 4 points. That makes the initiative track actually useful in the last round of the game.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to let you play now. So, dice time, round 5.
And it's my turn. Yeah. Oh no! Sorry. One more die I didn't roll, and I.
The transmitters, or wait, was the name? The technology, the transmitters.
Got new transmitters, yes.
The three new.
Yep, we've got 9 left in the stack, which is for the last. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So we move 1 to the right.
Yeah.
Where are we? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it starts here, and it moves to here. Yep. There we go.
I am going to take a 3 and move on the initiative track. Yeah. So I'm with my first die.
Okay.
I'll take 3, and we'll move 1 on initiative. Oh, no, you don't. Okay. There we go.
Okay, B, so you get 2 dice again.
Yes, I would like a 5.
Okay, so that is a -2.
Yes, the engineering track.
Okay.
And the other, I would like the 2 and also the engineering track.
Okay, so a -2 followed by a +2. And you have a 2 and a 5. Okay. Back to Brendan.
5. And that's what, -2? Yeah, that's only -2.
It's my turn again. Sorry.
is.
I'm going to take a 5 or 2 penalty on the engineering.
Yeah. Okay, dice have been taken. Actions.
I am going to spend 3 to get this technology,
Okay.
which will actually split it up to 2 and 2.
Yep. So we've got some spare dice here, but unfortunately we can't change the we can't change them. I have asked for that to be implemented in the next version. Oh, there we go. We got a 2.
I am actually going to take this technology for my 2.
Yeah.
And I am...
Yeah, that's nice on there.
going to connect it like this.
Yeah.
And for my other 2, wait a second, I had the plan. Yeah, because I developed the technology, I get 2 points.
Oh, you do. Yeah, you get the 2 points for this. Yeah. So you have a red 2.
I also have my red 2.
Yep.
So I am going to do a little bit crazy. I'm going to change that to 3.
Okay.
Do 1, 2, 3. Land on this planet.
Yeah. Establish a station. And because you can't take the bonus...
Yes, I will get one of these
mystery
because we needed to pick
bonus
it up.
tile. There you go. 5
more
points. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, okay, well, mine is now on the side. And then I was going to, literally, I'm going to use my other 5 to develop this technology.
Oh, you do like these mystery bonus tiles.
Getting 3 plus 4.
So I'll do your points.
Thank
7
you,
points.
which is 7. I
Yep.
also get a 1 and a 2.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So these aren't needed anymore. We can just stack these up.
okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Some of them have other effects, which you will keep them, but we'll see them when we get to them.
Right. So I did my move. But I still have my red.
You've still got your red too. Yeah.
Still have my red 2.
Yeah. And this is where in the physical board game, we would have taken the red dice and set it to a 2 so that you remember that you don't need to remember you've got it. But of course in this, we can't because we can't change it.
I'm taking another Jaredine.
Okay, right. So, Brendan.
Thinking we're going to use the 5 to spin up this Gyrodine.
Right, we've just had a suggestion in the chat of what I can do with these dice. Oh, in fact, I've just found we have a load of red dice in here. Right. This will be handy.
Very good.
There we go. There's a 6. We
Very
need a
good.
5.
5 and a 1. Do I have a 1?
There we go. We just need the 5 now. There you go. Right. So they are our extra dice. I'm going to put them over here. Okay, cool. Thank you for that in the chat.
Use 3 to go there.
Right. Okay. What's Brendan up to while we're not looking?
Well, I used my 5 to spin up my number 2 level or middle medium Gyrodine.
Yeah.
Use the 3 to move to here, which gets me, is that a modifier and
a small gyro.
Small gyro.
Oh, I've remembered the thing that I was going to mention. I might do it next round.
And I'm going to use 4 cubes for red 2. You can't use your die modifiers for that, can you?
You can. Yeah.
Oh.
Now, graphically, I think this is genius here, right? If you look very carefully at the die modifier tokens, you will see that it's a white dice with a little red glow in the corner. That is the visual reminder that you can use these tokens on either the white or the red dice. It's just one of those nice little touches that the graphic designer put in.
Well done.
I'm actually going to use the red 2 that I get to buy a technology.
Okay.
This one right here.
Yep.
Which I think is 2 points.
So you get 2 points just for taking the technology.
Yep.
And did you spin up the Gyrodine this round?
I did.
So if you just do those in the other order,
Okay.
you'll get 3 points.
Sounds better.
Yep. Have a free 3 points. Right. All done?
Yep.
Right. So B, you have a 2 and a 5.
I have a 5 plus a modifier token
Yeah.
for finish the transmitter.
Finish the transmitter. Okay, so that gets you an immediate 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. We flip it over, and you have made a red 5.
Yes.
So
A red 5. That's good.
there you go.
Then with the red 5, I would like to fly with my ship, if it's possible to reach. Or wait, can I fly with the 2?
You can. So
Yes,
where would
I
you
will
like to
fly
go with
to
the 2?
the Pulsar.
Yeah, so you fly to the Pulsar. And you claim that Pulsar.
Yes.
That is yours. Okay.
And with the 5, I will fly again.
Okay, so with the 5,
And 3,
where would you like to go this time?
The violet, or what color is that there?
So you could go 1,
and
2,
orange.
3, 4, 5, or you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes. The pink and then the orange.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've just noticed this is actually the B side of the board. You know, I mentioned right at the start that this board was two-sided. This is the wrong side of the board for the introductory game, so I will let them know that. But this is actually the wrong side of the board. This is the B side of the board, which actually has dead ends on it.
Oh yeah, I have a dead
Okay.
end.
Okay.
It's not going to make that big a difference, except I've forgotten how the rules for dead ends work, so I just need to reread them quickly. But yeah, just to let you know, this is not the normal side of the board. They've obviously put the wrong one in there. But anyway, it's not a big problem.
We're not resetting the whole game?
No, we're not resetting the whole game. Okay, so we flip that over, and we flip that over. Okay, so you passed through this system.
Yes.
So we put a little token on here, and then you landed here. Okay, so would you like either 2 engineering cubes or a mystery bonus tile?
2 engineering cubes.
2 engineering cubes, right. Okay, so 1, 2. You now have 5 engineering cubes.
But I used already the bonus tile.
Exactly, you've already had your bonus action. So I think that is you done. The only other thing you could do is you could put this 1 inside here, but I'm going to recommend you don't, because there's no benefit to doing that at the moment.
No. Okay, I've done.
Right. Okay, everybody has taken their 2 actions. So
Oh, yeah, I can't put the 1 inside, yes.
yeah, I'm going to suggest you don't do that, because there's something I want to explain next round. At the
yeah,
moment, there's no advantage to putting it in there unless you were going to start it spinning.
Yeah,
So-
okay.
Okay, right. I'll let you do the production phase.
Okay.
I'm the first player now.
Hotly contested first player position.
I get the engineering cubes.
So
Okay.
B, you're second on the engineering track, so you get another 2 engineering cubes. 1.
Thank you. I was setting that up for myself, Paul. Okay. Take initiative and engineering penalties. Nobody gain points and cubes for online transmitters. I
So-
get.
B gets 2 cubes and a point. Nice.
I get a point. No, I get a cube and 2 points. Points for spinning Gyrodynes, and we get +2 for each.
Plus 2 for
I
each.
get-
So that's 5 points for this one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
For the technologies, there are no technologies that are scoring. Discard the transmitters and get
Done.
3 new ones, and unlock. So I am unlocking this one. And actually, I did 2, so we were unlocking 2. And advance the time marker.
Okay, round 6. So the one thing, I think this might now be the final rule that I haven't mentioned, and that is on this board here. Okay, we have construction reward tiles. And again, these are wrong. Okay, so these are wrong. This is another problem with the mod. Unfortunately, these are wrong. Imagine imagine that there is 2 tiles on each stack, which there are. It's just they're the wrong values. But basically, the first player to have 2 small gyrodynes on the board. So this 2 here should actually be a 1. The first player to have 2 small gyrodynes on the board, whether they are spinning or not, will receive a 7-point bonus.
Okay.
Okay. The first player to have 2 medium-sized gyrodons on the board, 7-point bonus, and exactly the same for the large gyrodynes as well. So, and then there is 4 points to the next player that does it. Now, that is why, B, I suggested not to put this, where is it? Not to put this in, because if this round you spend a 5 and you buy one of these and put it in straight away, just by putting it in, you will get the 7 points.
Spend a 4, not a 5.
Sorry, spend a 4, not a 5. Yeah. Okay, and I think that's probably it. That's probably all of the rules of the game, apart from the dead ends that I'm now going to read while you roll the dice and draft the dice. Right, dead end rules. Okay. Yeah, flip side of the tokens was a suggestion in the chat. I don't think so. I think it's no. In fact, I can't flip these tokens over. No, there's no B side to the tokens. I'll let them know that the mod is wrong and needs fixing.
Right. And it stays there.
It's very good.
Okay, what was I going to do?
Right. Dead ends. One side of the board has dead ends. The path that leads to a dead end is marked by double flight segment. This means that you can go out and back along as one action. So normally the rules for movement, you can't go back on yourself. But with the dead ends, if you see here, it's a double line, you can. So you are allowed to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I think that is basically it. There are benefits to exploring them. Draw an exploration bonus tile if your survey ship claims a dead end pulsar or establish a station on a dead end system. Right, okay, so there are benefits to the dead end system. So this dead end pulsar here and this dead end system here will get you an exploration tile just for going there. Okay, right. Where are we up to with the dice?
I think it's up to B.
Okay, B.
I have a problem. I can buy the large gyrodynes. There's a... Oh yeah, okay. I would the 6.
So the 6 gets you a -2.
Yes, for the initiative.
Yep.
And 1 for the engineering.
1, 2. That's
did I move my initiative and I drafted the 3?
I don't think you did.
Okay.
No, I didn't move because I was on the 4. I hit the 4.
Right. Yes. So.
Okay. So B, you've got a 1 and a 6, and now it is back to Hilmar.
I am going to draft the 5 and go up 1 here.
suppose.
Well, could you show the transmitters, please?
Oh,
Sorry, just trying to
that's
decide.
all right. I just switched windows accidentally. There you go. There are the transmitters.
Where actually is this?
Excellent. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I've drafted my tool, so it's.
I'm done.
Oh yeah,
I'm just-
everybody has drafted. Yes.
I think we're good. So,
So yeah, Brendan
you-
taking actions first.
Mhm.
And the bonus die this round is a 5 if anybody wants it. Does like the transmitters?
that flipped straight away, didn't it?
You flip that straight away, and I will give you your 3 points.
Okay.
Points are close. 1, 2, 3.
And then I'm going to use the... And that gives me...
You get a
5.
bonus 5.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll take the 1. And fly here.
Mm-hmm. So you claim it.
Yep. I may as well put my 1 in there.
Which gets you this faulty construction reward tile. So it's a 1 off 7 points, putting you up to 45.
Okay.
Now, just a quick slight correction on what I said a couple of minutes ago. I said that this next tile, which is worth 4 points, will go to the second player that does that. That's not true. It could actually go to the same player. I have never seen it happen. Okay? But Brendan, if you now build another 2 small gyrodynes on the board, before anybody else builds 2 of them, you will get this tile as well.
Okay.
Okay? But yeah, never seen it done, and I've demoed this game about 130 times now, so yeah.
Oh. Two.
I have a question to you, Paul, while we're
Yep.
waiting. You and Suchi, you are personal friends, aren't you?
Right, this is going to sound
Oh,
wrong,
right.
right?
Right.
But
Right.
I'm more friends with his wife than I am with him, and the reason for that is his English isn't great, whereas her English is really good. So I've got to know her a lot over the years, and we've chatted about a number of things. So yeah, I would say I'm friends with him, but we actually don't communicate that much except via his wife.
Okay. But has he ever done a bad game?
So
Just,
you're we can talk about this a bit. We can talk about this offline. But I have some of his earlier games that I wouldn't say are bad games, but they're certainly not up to. Certainly, I think this is one of his great ones. I think Underwater Cities was one of my top 5 games of the year that it came out. And also League of Six, one of his earlier games, and 20th Century. He's done some really good games over the years. Yeah.
Last Will is one of my favorites too.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to use the 5 that I had here, sorry. To go... Oh, come on now, little ship. To go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, onto this dead end one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very good.
So you landed there, so you get to establish a station. You get a medium-sized gyrodyne and a plus or minus 1 modifier token. There is your token.
Okay.
And because it's a dead end, you also get a mystery bonus tile.
Ooh, even better.
Mystery bonus tile. What have you got? What have you got? Is it an exciting one? It is. Right, so what this tile means is, at the end of the game, remember when we're counting up how many stations you've got to work out how many points you get?
Yep.
You've got an extra virtual station.
Okay.
But it doesn't count for this end game scoring tile, which is what that icon in the bottom right means. So it doesn't count for this, but it does count for your points.
Okay. So are you done, Brendan?
I think you're
Aye.
done.
Okay, so I'm gonna play my 3 to move my ship to here. Getting this. And I am actually just going to put my Jaradan in here. Then as my as my next action, I was going to spend my 5 and a modifier, change it to 6.
Yeah, and finish this.
Which will flip this. It will give me 3 points.
No, it'll give you 3 points.
No,
at the end of the round.
right. Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
But it give me yes. It also let me transfer to any.
Yeah, teleport to any pulsar.
So I am going to teleport to this dead end pulsar.
Right, nice. Yep. Claim it.
And yeah. And does that give me the mystery bonus tile?
It does. Yep. That's
Okay.
what it says here.
Right.
Every time you establish
more
a station in a dead end system,
A station? No.
or
right.
yeah, or when you claim a dead end pulsar,
Okay.
which is what you've done.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 4 more points. No, 5 more points.
Yeah.
And I have a 6, which is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I am going to fly over.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, so here's the thing, right? This is where the difference between the blue planets and the dead planets comes in. You can
Okay.
only ever get the reward if there is a blue planet left. So you are allowed to go to this system and land on it,
Okay.
and you
okay.
can establish a station, but because there are no blue planets left, you will not get this at the bottom.
Okay. So then I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So you flip that over.
Yeah.
And you flip this over.
I put it on a dead planet, don't I?
Dead planet because you went
Yeah.
went through it. Yeah.
And here, and I am actually going to claim a 3.
Okay. So you've got a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Yes.
Need to get them spinning.
Yep.
Okay, you all done?
I am done. Yes.
Right. So B,
those
you
are
have
my
a
3.
1 and a 6.
I would like to buy bonus tile with 4 engineering cubes.
Okay. So there are the 4 engineering cubes. So you buy a bonus 5.
Yes, and I would use a 5 to patent technics cube, or the name technic style there,
Technology.
for where the red one is.
This one here.
Yes, to take mystery cards.
Yep. Okay. So we're going to put a technology
Also the
on there. Right. So you get 2 of these tiles.
fire tokens.
2 of these tiles. Oops. And also 1 of these. And
because
1 of
we
these.
needed the modified token.
Right, let's have a look what we've got. So 7 points and another 1 of these. Lots of modifiers. Okay, so they can go over there, and you get 7 points. Putting you up. Oh, it is close. There we go. Right.
Okay.
So that was your first dice. That was your 5. That was your red 5 that you've used.
Yeah, okay. And then I want to take the Gyrodine tile,
Yep.
1, and I would like to activate with the 1 plus the die modifier.
Okay, so you're going to put the Gyrodine in here.
Yes.
Yep. And
Or
then you
the
spend
plus.
the 1 modified by the +2 to make it a 3 to start that one spinning. Okay. And then you've got a 6 left.
Okay. And with the 6, I would take a technology. No, sorry, a transmitter.
A transmitter. Okay. So you want this one?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just move these down a bit. So I'm going to attach it like that. Let me know if that's okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Right. I think we're all done. Yeah. So production phase.
Alrighty.
And this was round 6. Right. I just need to step away from the keyboard to go for a small comfort break. I will leave you to do the production phase. Can somebody do these points just while I'm away for the production? I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Handout engineering cubes. B, you're in first. And you get 3.
And you get 2.
2 and 3. And I am actually going to take a 4 cube. I'm going to return 2 instead. So yeah.
No penalties. Points
In points and cubes for online transmitters. That would be 5 for me.
And I have 1 transmitter that I can see.
I get
5.
2 points.
And you get 5 points, B, for
Okay.
so here, because you get no, sorry.
No,
you
1.
only get 1. Yes.
1. Yes.
So
1 point and 2 cubes she gets.
yes. Okay. Let's just give her 1 of these for 2 of these, and
Right.
I get an extra cube.
I'm back. What have I missed?
And we are score points for spinning Gyrodines.
We are more scoring for spinning dines this tour or not? I can
Excuse
see
me?
it. We are more or less scoring for one thing.
Oh,
this-
0.
0.
So just the face value.
Okay.
So I get 1 point.
I'll do B's 4 points. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4.
0. Okay.
Points for certain technologies, that is none.
Nothing.
And discard the remaining transmitters, get 3 new ones. 2 tokens to unlock second patents, is not. And advance the time tracker to
Round
round 7. Okay,
Okay.
and then dice phase.
Yeah. So you probably at this point just have a quick look again at the end game scoring tiles if you are trying to achieve any of those. And
Sorry,
if you-
sorry.
And if you have achieved them, make sure you've got enough cubes to buy the extra points if you want to. Because, yeah, there can be a lot of points there.
Well, could you take ahead 5 engineer cubes?
Say again?
Could you take 5 engineer cubes aside for me?
Oh, put them aside.
And yeah.
Okay, so you don't accidentally spend them on something else.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, good idea.
Isn't this correct?
Let's have a look. So the median die is here. So it started here. And then it goes that. Yeah, that's right. Yep. High dice time. Wow. Okay.
Very good.
Oh, Rene had to go. Thank you for joining in. You can't hear that because he's gone. But
so my plan.
The 6 is on the 3 of CI Alt.
There you go. Wait a minute. Might need to move that now. Yeah, I think we had a 6 on the 3, so I moved it over to the 6.
okay,
So this will have to move here, does it not?
that should be there. Yeah. Was it definitely a 6?
I think
I
so.
thought it was
a 6 when I moved
Yeah.
it.
So there is a slight bug with Tabletopia that sometimes when you pick up a dice, it changes.
I was
Okay.
pretty sure it was 3 when I put it there.
So I'm just
Okay.
going to go back to the video. I'm just rewinding the live video now.
It was a 6 when I moved it, that's all. So it
Yeah.
might have changed. as well.
Yeah.
If anybody
have
in the
seen-
chat knows whether it was a 6 or a 3, just got a cup of tea. Right, so here are the dice that were rolled. There is a 1. No, hang on a minute. That can't be this round. There was 2 6s. There was a 5, a 5. There was a 3. It was a 3. So yeah, this is it is a kind of known bug. There you go. Hey.
Hey, there you go.
Pretty good. So I'll put this back, sorry.
So this one goes back to there. Yeah.
There.
Okay, so it's my time to draft. I will draw a 2. And that will give me 1, 2, 3 on the initiative track. 1, 2, 3.
Also, we'll take a 2.
Hotly contested first order position.
Mm-hmm. Now it's B.
I would like a 3.
So that's a +2.
No, 3, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, +2, yeah, at the engineering track.
+2 on engineering. Okay. And then would you like a 5 or a 6?
A 6.
6, which is a
Oh.
-2.
At the engineering tracks.
Engineering track. There we go. Okay, so I got a 3 and a 6.
And at the steel track. Thank you.
Oh,
I am going to take the 6. Okay, so it's my turn to place the die. Okay, so I'm gonna play my 2 here with a modifier of 2 to establish a technology here, which will give me a 3 die and a red 2 die.
And a 2. Yep. And did you get your 2 points?
No. Where do I get my 2 points?
Because of this.
Oh, yeah. No, I did not. I did not. Okay.
I don't know. I gave you that on round 1, and you keep forgetting about it.
Yeah, well, you know, right now it's just I will get the 2 points right now. I'm not gonna backtrack. If I made a mistake, it's my.
No, I think we're good. I think you've done the others.
Okay, so then I'm actually going to spend my 3 die to get this technology, and I'm going to spend my, which give me another 2 points, by the way. Do you move my first or my? I get.
I don't think you did.
I've not moved it.
Okay, so
No.
it's 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to spend my 6 die to spin up this Gyrodyne. And then I'm going to spend my red die to move to here. Give me That's a good question. I want that. Yeah, I do want. No, I don't want that. I want the bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 points in the cube. 1, 2, 3.
On the cube. And you're establishing a station on the blue planet.
Yes. So these were all my moves.
Okay.
There's 1 die that goes back out.
And are these are all your cubes?
Yes, these are all my cubes.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like to collect about 20 of them. So. Right. Yellow.
Yeah. I'm going to use my 5 to go. Orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sorry about the pop-up for those people just watching. That's the problem with broadcasting my browser window when something else opens in my browser window.
Oh shit. And I'm gonna put 2 in there. So I get this again because I have 2 2s. Yes.
Yep, so that's an immediate 7 points, putting you up to 56.
And I'm going to use 2. Spin up that with a dice modifier token.
Yeah. So you have a spinning 1 and a spinning 2.
Yep. And I'm going to use cubes for red 5. And I'm going to buy technology.
Yep, red 5, standing
Hang on.
by. I always think that as well. Whenever anybody says red 5, can't not.
And I'm going to take that one.
Okay. So yeah, at the end of the game, choose one of the goals and you're treated as you've already completed it. All done? Right, B, you have a 3 and a 6.
Yes, and what do I need to use the transmitter?
A 3.
The 3.
Yeah.
I will use the 3 to finish the transmitter.
Okay, so you get an immediate 6 points.
Okay, I'm doing that. 1, 2,
Okay,
3,
and you get a
4,
bonus
5, 6.
3. There is the bonus 3. Okay, and this ability, we've not actually seen this yet, but this is at the end of each round, you can spend 1 cube to get 5 points.
Okay. It's late, but it's okay. Now I would use the 5. No, I would buy. No, I would use the 6 to travel.
Okay, where are you going to go?
The orange. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. The orange.
Yeah. And then where after here?
The orange, and then the orange again.
Yeah.
That's 4, and then to the pulsar.
Right, okay, so you fly through here.
Yes, through the other, and then to the pulsar above.
So
I got the other one.
oh, you got the other one. Right, okay, cool. And then to the pulsar. We claim the pulsar. This goes like that. Okay, so you flew through there, you landed there, and yeah, that's that done. And then you've got a 3 left.
I would like to buy a medium gyrodyne with the 3.
It costs a 2, so you can modify it.
Yeah, to
Modify it to a 2. Buy a medium gyrodyne, and same thing as before. You could put it in if you wanted to, but I would wait.
Yeah, okay, I'm waiting.
Right. Okay. End of the round. Production.
Production. New order of play is not changed. Engineering cubes. I get 2. And initiative and penalties. There are no penalties. Points and cubes for transmitters. I get 1 cube and 5 points. So I'm actually getting another
2 points and 4 cubes.
This 5 points. I'm actually going to replace my cube here for this. Points for spinning gyrodynes.
Okay, at +2 each, I believe.
Yes.
So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 points for green. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 points for me too. 5, 6, 7, 8. Discard the transmitters.
Yeah, nobody wanted any of those. Did B get her points for transmitters?
I did not give her points for that.
So B, you get 2 cubes
Yes.
for one of them. And then would you
and
like to spend
6
one of the
points.
cubes for 5 points?
Yeah, and I forgot something, but it's perhaps too late to take 1 engineering to take 5 points.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now if you want to.
Yes, I
So
want
you
to.
probably do. So you
Okay,
actually get
so
6.
5 plus 1 is
5
6
plus the 1.
points.
Yeah, 6 points. So
Okay,
71.
I already did.
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
right.
and advance the time marker.
Advance
we
the
are
time
at
marker. Yeah.
We
so we're
get
getting to the-
plus 4 for each gyrodyne.
Each gyrodyne is worth 4 points extra if it is spinning this round. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, let's roll them bones.
Here we go. Two, 3, the medium is here. And we go here. I will draft my 5. So, Brendan, sorry.
Did you take the -1?
No, I did not. Sorry. I was going to do that on here.
Okay, there's the 5's gone.
Somebody needs to mute their microphone.
Yep, there's a lot of noise coming from somebody. Okay, are you done, Brendan?
Yeah.
Okay,
Fine.
B, what dice would you like? Your final 2 dice of the game.
Do I have an die corrector tile?
You do, you've got a plus and -1.
Hello?
I'm still here. I don't know if B's... I think we may have lost B, I'm not sure. Yeah, seems to have disappeared. Still showing in the voice
Okay.
channel, but
Yes.
gone quiet. I don't want to have to choose a dice for her on the last turn of the game.
Wouldn't that be something?
Hi.
But yeah, it looks like we've lost her. Ah, that's a shame. Right, okay, so let me step in and see what she would have done. So I know those are set aside for that, which is, why are those 5 cubes set aside? I think it's for that. Yeah, she's not got 5 technologies. Not going to go for the technologies. Not going to make it up on the turn order track, so don't need that. Probably wants to put this on, and there is a nice juicy 7 points for a 4 if we can buy that, but can't buy for that because there's no 4. So I think she's going to take the 6 in order to get this gyrodyne spinning. Yeah, definitely going to do that. So take the 6. 2 spaces back on engineering. And then what to do? Do we go for the other 6 and then fly around as many places as possible to establish some more stations? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would get 2 more stations. So yeah, I think take the other 6, which is another -2, which would be on there. There you go. I hope, B, that's what you wanted. Right. Back to you, Brendan.
Yeah. Well, I think. Can't use more than one of these modifiers, right?
Correct. Yeah. Now, just a quick note, just in case you have this as a question, we've mentioned these technologies here that allow you to modify the dice up or down by 1.
Well, that's right.
That is in addition to you spending a modifier token. So that doesn't count as a modifier token.
Okay. And that's just a plus or minus 1?
On which one?
On that tech. On that tech you were just pointing at.
Yeah. Yeah. So whenever you're spinning up a gyrodyne, you can actually modify it by plus or minus 1.
I think I'll be okay with this. Which is 1, 2, 3, plus 4. And we still do a full production phase after.
We do.
After
Yep.
this, right?
Yeah, we still do the full production phase.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I am. I'm gonna get the 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that will move me down here. Okay. And now it's the start of the round.
Yep. Actions for the final time in the game.
Okay, I am flipping my gyrodyne here and
It's
getting
my
this.
gyrodyne.
Excuse me?
It's my gyrodyne. You just flip.
Oh, I already have.
I'm okay with it.
No, sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. Sorry.
That's okay.
I was getting this one, so I did have that. I was flipping my 2.
But hang on, you don't get this tile.
Oh, no, yeah. No, I didn't get this tile. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see again.
Okay.
So I did this. That was my first action.
Yep. I think B's back.
I
Yep.
was.
Yeah, B's back.
And I'm.
Yeah, I'm back. Yes.
Excellent. I took
Then,
2 6s for you.
Nu ben ik weer.
I'm placing. I'm establishing.
Yeah.
On here.
Yep.
And for my last action, I am going to discard 4, fly to get a 6 die.
How do you get a 6?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, right.
It's
A
1.
That was a 1.
It's a not very good 1.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 1 plus. That's fine. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And I will establish me
And you get a station.
station here.
And I guess you want a mystery bonus tile. There you go. So you keep that. Right. And you are done.
I am done.
Right, Brendan, your last actions of the game.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to flip some gyrodines here.
What to do? Go with.
I have to flip that one. And so we're flipping. Do I get 3 points here for that?
Yep, every time you flip a gyrodine, you get 3 points.
I might have missed one of those earlier, but that's okay. And and use that along with that technology and a plus or minus token. Flip that one. 3 more. And one doesn't really help me all that much. I mean, I could get a technology for 2 points. That's about all I can do. Spending those for cubes. Or a red one for cheap technology down here.
Yep, get you 2 points just for taking the technology.
Yeah, I think that's really all I can do there.
Oh, that was a green you've just moved.
Oopsie. Other issues.
There we
I think
go.
she was underneath me, wasn't she?
Yeah. Those points are very close at the moment. Right, are you all done?
I'm good.
Okay, so B, I took 2 6s
Yeah,
for you.
I'm back. 2 6s. And what do I have from die modifier?
You've got a plus or minus 1, so I was thinking if you use the 6 modified down by 1 to a 5, you can put this in and start it spinning.
Yeah, that was my thoughting to do.
Which is actually going to be worth quite a few
Burn
points.
die and start spinning.
Yep. Okay. And then with the 6, I figured that you could fly around and get 2 more stations on the board. But...
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Let's spin the 6. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go.
And that will give her a bonus tile 2.
Yep.
I'm guessing she wants a bonus tile more than she wants a modifier. So
I think so.
Here you go, B.
4 points.
Okay.
Into the lead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I think we're done.
Yes, I think also.
Okay, right. Let's do the production phase for the final time.
Okay, engineering cubes. Brendan gets 3, and B gets 2, and I get none.
Correct. Yep.
Right? Because I am under.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. No penalties.
Nope.
Points and cubes for online transmitters.
Okay, so B, I assume you're spending a cube for 5 points.
Yes.
I get 1 cube
for 5 points.
and 5 points.
So B gets
Point
6.
for me. Second.
Mhm.
I thought it was. I'm spinning wheel right now.
Get spinning wheel. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's back. Yes.
Yes.
Mm. Yes, we are right.
We just scored while we were offline. We scored points for spinning gyrodines, but that was it. So this. Yes, we did. So now we score points for certain technologies. Yeah. Okay. And no transmitters. We are done with the production phase.
Yeah.
End of game technologies. Okay.
I have one. Oh, no. Okay.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here. So I got 100.
Minute. Right, I'm back. Thank you very much for letting me know. Every time my software crashes, it turns off my audio, and I keep forgetting to turn it back on. So apologies for that. My audio is back.
Okay.
Right. And then you can spend 2 cubes for 9 points.
Yes, which I am going to do.
Okay. And then Brendan, we just take this marker here and we put it above one of these. Which one do you want to put it on?
Oh, okay.
In other words,
I
which
think put it
one
on the
haven't you
technology
done?
one.
Yeah, because
I
you've
don't
already...
have a whole lot of stations.
Yeah.
But I also don't have all the technologies either. So, but I think technologies are more points, right? So
That one? Yep. Okay, right. So yeah, the next thing we score are the end game tiles. So let's do them in order. So the first one, who has done this? I believe it's red and yellow. So spend your cubes to get your point. You get 6 points anyway, and then you can spend cubes to get more points.
So here is 4, 5, for a total of 18.
Yeah, so 18 points for both of you. Right, the next one. Oh, you're not supposed...
Wait.
Go on.
Brendan, you haven't moved. So 1, 2, 3.
oh, yeah, I
5,
was. Yeah, I was making sure I put my cubes away.
Right,
15.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I moved your scoring marker.
Okay.
Awesome, thank you.
You're not supposed to put these discs on there. I'm just doing them because I can. So who's got this one? I think you've all got this one, haven't you?
Yes.
9.
Yep, you've all got 2 different... So yeah,
I'm spending 5. Get
Yeah.
the 15 points.
And B's going to spend the 5 that you put to one side to get 15.
Yes.
And me too.
There we go. Wow. Your points were close earlier on, but now, Hilmar, you've got 153?
Yes.
Wow. What did I miss? Because all the points were very close, and you've just gained 33.
Yes, I got 9 points plus 16 points, which is 25, plus 18, and now plus 15. So
Wow.
40, 56. Yes.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah, nice. Okay, and finally, 9 systems or 9 stations.
Yes, that
Who's
would be
got
me. Would be
Let's
me.
count how many B's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, just short.
That's too short for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, just short, I'm afraid.
It's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
very
Okay.
good.
And I have 4 cubes left, which is enough for
So, 9 points.
9 points.
Yeah. Okay, right. So last little bits of scoring. We have so claimed pulsars that you don't have anything inside. So if you flew to a pulsar, claimed it, but then didn't do anything with it, that would now be worth 1 point. Gyrodynes that you have either on the board, not spinning, or ones that you've bought, which are not spinning, they're also worth a point. I don't think anybody has any of those. Nope. No. Right, every 2 cubes is now worth a point. So B, you've got 1, 2, 3,
Right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, just points for cubes left over. And then turn order. So red gets 7. and yellow gets 4. And then finally, points for the number of systems that you are in. So B, you are in 8 systems, which is 20 points.
And I get 25.
So point from 18 to 38.
And I get 6.
There you go. And don't forget to use your mystery bonus tiles that gave you an extra 1.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. So I get 5 more points.
And I think that is it. There you go. Final scores. Red, 201. Yellow, 144. Green, 138. Congratulations.
Well done.
But remember, this was a learning game. You didn't know all of the rules up front, so it doesn't count. There you go.
Right. So I'm just I was hoping that at the end that I might be maybe 5-10 points ahead, but
yeah, that was a big jump at the end there.
Yes, being able to score all the 9 was all the tiles with all the cubes was actually a huge bonus.
Yeah. The cubes are really useful. You can save them up for the end game, but they're also useful during the game to buy the extra dice.
I had to use my cubes at the end to take one more move.
Yeah, if you'd have spent 4 cubes at the end, it was a 1 that was left. I think I'd worked out there wasn't really anything you could have done with it. Yeah, you could have only moved 1 space and you wouldn't have been able to get another system.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, B, you were disadvantaged because you didn't have control of the screen. So I think you did really well considering that.
It was not easy.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you were watching an 8-second delayed YouTube feed.
Yeah.
But no, you did really well. So I would love to sit and chat and get your opinions on it. However, my next stream is supposed to start in a few minutes. So I'm going to have to say goodbye quickly.
For this.
Yeah,
yes,
thank you for playing.
Thank you.
Yeah, as I say, I've demoed this game, about 120, 130 times now. And it's been over a year since I last demoed it. But yeah, I really do enjoy teaching people how to play this game. And it's one of those games which I think it didn't completely go under the radar, but it wasn't a huge, massive hit. But everybody who's played it, or most of the people who've played it, once they've played it, have actually gone, oh, actually, this is quite good. And you can play this game in person, 3-player, in about an hour and a quarter, hour and a half, once you know how to play it. Because you think ahead, you think at what dice you might need, you kind of have a plan. And I love the variability. As I mentioned, there are 64 different combinations of technologies. And on top of that, you then have all of the different combinations of these end game scoring tiles. And you see all of that before the game starts. So when you play the game in full, you look at these, and you come up with, a strategy of what you're going to do in the game. But you do have to react because other people might be doing things that get in the way of you. And then there's the headquarters board that we haven't seen today. It's just another thing that you can do. Each player has their own little headquarters board to spend dice and get extra stuff through that.
Yeah,
but there you go. So yeah, thank you very much to you 3 for joining in. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. We can have a discussion on Slack later on and see what you actually thought about the game. But yeah, for now I will say goodbye.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you very much to everybody for watching and bearing with us through the technical difficulties. I will edit this video on YouTube later on and I will cut out that 5 minutes of dead time where my computer decided to reboot itself 4 times. I will be back in about 2 minutes time with a game of Underfalling Skies, technical issues aside. So keep an eye on the YouTube channel or if you're watching this on CGE's Twitch, that will be going live there soon. Thank you very much for watching and I will speak to you later on. Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.